Hey everybody, it's Shelby from Staying Books, and today I am going to be doing the autumn book tag. I came across this tag on Simon of Savage Reads' channel, and I just really loved the tag, and since he said he would tag anybody that wanted to do it, I figured I'd jump in and try. So this tag was originally created by Amy Jane Smith, and I will link her channel down below as well as Simon of Savage Reads, for anyone who wants to check out their channels. They're both wonderful. So I am kind of halfway through fall at this point, but it's only just getting to maybe kind of feel like fall a little bit in Los Angeles. I can convince myself that I can have something hot, even though I'm still in a tank top and perfectly able to walk outside. It's the fun of living in the warm parts of the world. I wish I had a true fall. It doesn't seem to be happening very quickly out there. It is just hot and sunny, and it's the middle of October. But hopefully soon, fingers crossed. We have had a couple of cooler days, and in the morning it's definitely a lot more chill, but I haven't yet had a day where I really need my jacket for more than 5 minutes. So let's just dive right into the questions. I just think this one's a lot of fun, and autumn, fall is my favorite time of year, and I just felt like I really wanted to do this tag. The first question up is, are there any books you are planning on reading over this autumn season? Of course, I have a huge TBR and a ton of books that I absolutely want to get to over the course of the next month or so, but there are two that come to mind that are kind of very seasonally specific, and I'm really excited to read both of those. They're kind of gothic or like paranormal that just fit really nicely into kind of Halloween, and that is Hexmaker by Jordan L. Hawk, which I just came out this month, and I already have downloaded on my Kindle, and it's probably going to be my next book up, I think, either this next one or the one right after, because I just cannot wait to get to this book. And the other one is Bones, the second in the Gothica series by Eli Easton and a number of other authors. It is a compilation of a bunch of short stories, and each one of the short stories is very gothic in nature. And I really enjoyed the first book, and this is a second compilation, and I just think it'll be really fitting for the season, and I'm really looking forward to reading that one. Question number 2 is in a couple of parts. The first part is, September brings back to school memories. What was your favorite book to study in school? I would have to say for me, it was studying the Greek plays, because I was a double major in college. I majored in theater and classical languages, and since I was loving both the theater side and the classical language side, reading all of Euripides and Seneca and, you know, just Aristophanes, all of the great playwrights from the Greek and Roman era, just really enjoyed breaking those down, studying them, the way that plays were put together, and what we take away from that. I mean, my senior thesis was comparing and contrasting the differences between the Medea in Seneca and Euripides' versions, and like audience reaction and how people, the difference in style and the way that those two playwrights wrote, what that meant for the audience and how they reacted to these plays, because they are very graphically different, even though the structure and the story is the same. But if we're talking like actual book, maybe Homer's The Odyssey. I don't really remember really loving any book in like reading in high school or college that I was like, yes, I love this book and I'm so glad we're studying it, other than like the Greek and Roman, anything Greek and Roman. Like, I just love that time period. The second half of the question is, what were your favorite and least favorite subjects in school? First of all, let's go least favorite, because that's easy. That is math, straight up. I hated it. I was fine when I was good in math, and I never had bad grades or anything like that. I just, all my life you told me 2 + 2 = 4, and then I got into high school, and all of a sudden you told me there are things like imaginary numbers, and you broke all the rules you'd established, and I got really pissed off and didn't want to look at it anymore. So I really started hating math, and I knew I was going to go into college as a theater major, and kind of said, what the heck do I need this math stuff for? So clearly my favorite subject in school was theater, because I'm a theater kid, and that's awesome, and I love theater and band. College, I absolutely loved my Latin and Greek classes. Like, they were amazing and just really made me fall in love with the languages. And like, I enjoyed my English classes, but I would probably say theater and then Latin and Greek. Like, those languages really were my favorites. Question number 3 is, October means Halloween. Do you enjoy scary books and movies? If so, what are some of your favorites? I am not a big scary movie fan, mostly because I've been in the business for so long that I just know how they're done and I don't really find them scary, so watching them kind of is like meh for me. I'd much rather read a scary book than a scary movie, but even then I don't read a lot of scary books. I just don't. I'm not opposed to it per se, I just don't really read a lot of them. So yeah, I don't think I have like a favorite scary book or movie. I like action films. I like stuff that blows up. I'm not so much gonna sit and watch the next Saw I literally watched Blair Witch Project when it came out and went, I don't get what all the hype is about, and just kind of watched my friends freaking out going, okay. So yeah, they don't really do much for me, so it's not like a genre that I actively seek out. Question number 4. With November, it's time for bonfire night and fireworks. What's the most exciting book you've read that really kept you gripped? I read so fast and so regularly. It's not like I have one specific book that kind of jumps to mind. I've had a lot that I've like devoured and just been like, oh my god, this book is so amazing. Maybe, I guess 2 that come to mind that like I really just kept waiting to get back to, and maybe it was partially because I was listening to them on audiobook. So I kept like really wanting to get back to it because I wasn't finishing it in one sitting. Boys in the Boat, which is the true story of the 1936 men's Olympic crew team that went and won gold under Hitler's Berlin. Phenomenal book. So amazing. Just really, really fantastic nonfiction. And I just couldn't put it down. It's also about a crew team from Washington. They rowed for the University of Washington. And as someone who grew up in Washington, a lot of the history of the state that was in there about that time period in the 1930s was really incredible and really fun because I knew all the areas. But the story of their destined dash towards gold and greatness is incredible and so well done. And the other one that jumps to mind is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I really, really loved this book. I just love the story, and I can't wait to see this one on film because Steven Spielberg is currently doing the movie, and it's supposed to come out next year, 2018, not 2017. I just can't wait to see what he does with this because I absolutely love this book and just devoured it. Such an interesting world and virtual reality and what it means to be part of the virtual world. It's great adventure, and I grew up in the 80s. I love all the like 80s and 70s and 80s pop culture references throughout that entire book. Question number 5. What is your favorite cozy comfort read? I would say this is more of a genre thing than a book per se. I love my romance novels. And for me, if I've had a bad day and I just want to curl up with a book that's going to make me feel better and is the perfect rainy day weather book, I want a really true romantic story. All the subgenres work, like whether it's paranormal, historical, contemporary. I don't care as long as the romance in it is really good. And I don't mean the sex. I mean like the actual emotional content between the two people involved. So for me, it's I'm a hopeless romantic. I want it to be sweet and to really feel the caring and love between the two people. And anything like that will always make me happy and is definitely my comfort zone. Like, that's what I go to. And it's not even that I go for a specific book. Like, I will pick up any of my rereads or new books as long as, like, I really feel like that story is going to be there. So, question number 6. Curled up with a good book, what is your favorite hot drink of choice? That is really easy. I am not a coffee drinker. I hate coffee. I don't like it at all. I will do hot chocolate because that's yummy, but really, if I'm making myself something hot to drink at any given time, it's a cup of tea. I am a little specific about it. I definitely am a black tea drinker. I love English breakfast. That's my favorite, but I drink it decaffeinated. I prefer decaf tea, a little bit of cream and sugar. Okay, a lot of sugar, if we're being honest. I gave up caffeine years and years ago. I don't drink it at all. I replace the caffeine with sugar. So if I get all like jittery or whatnot, it's because I haven't had my sugar fix, not that I haven't had my caffeine fix. So definitely English breakfast, black teas. I tend to drink Twinings. That's kind of my go-to drink of choice. Question number 7, any plans that you are looking forward to over the next couple months? Not really. I just started a new job, so that is going to keep me in LA and very focused over the next couple of months and not really able to take much of a break at all. But the big thing I was looking forward to in autumn just happened, and it was amazing, and I'm so excited and so happy. My baby sister's been pregnant with her second child, and she has always said she didn't want to know what the sex of the baby was going to be, so nobody was allowed to know, and so we all had to wait until she gave birth to find out what niece or nephew I was going to have, joining my niece Lila. My sister gave birth 3 days ago, and I have a brand new niece, Emery Marie, and she's beautiful. Mom and baby are doing wonderfully, and it's so great to have another niece in the family, and I just happy that they are home and healthy and everyone is really doing well. It's really cute to hear the stories of like my niece Lila adapting to having a little baby sister now, and she's not really sure what to do with this thing in her house. But it sounds like everything's really great, and I can't wait to get to meet Emery. It's been really fun seeing the photos, and she's super, super cute. So that was the big thing I was looking forward to as far as autumn went, was just finding out whether I had a niece or nephew, and I have a niece, and she's great. So that was my big kind of plans for the fall. I really don't have anything scheduled or to look forward to. I just have work and being here and hoping that fall finally shows up and I get to pretend like I live somewhere other than where I do. My mom sent me amazing photos. I mean, my mom lives in Washington, and she drove out to see my sister and be there for when the baby was born, literally gets to town in Montana and wakes up the next morning and sends me photos of the gorgeous, beautiful red fall trees covered in snow. And it was already snowing up there. So just really, really fun photos of my niece all bundled up in winter clothes to go out and play in the snow in October, and I don't get to enjoy any of that. I get 80, 90 degrees still. It's cold at night. It is nice at night, but it is still getting pretty hot during the day. I think we're supposed to be up in the 80s and 90s this weekend for sure. But hopefully sometime soon I will get real fall, because it's my favorite season and I miss it. I miss the leaves changing and all the beautiful colors, and it's such a wonderful, wonderful time of year. So anyway, that is the autumn book tag. I am so new to BookTube, I'm not going to tag anyone specifically, but if anybody wants to take the tag and run with it, go, have fun. I did. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, and hope you have a great day.